Hello everyone. Welcome to the next session on the topic theoretical distribution under the subheading binomial distribution, and it is presented by Shantala Kulkarni, Department of Statistics, Gukti PU College of Commerce and Science. Let us see another example or few more examples on the binomial distribution with how the data is being presented and how we approach to solve such kind of examples. In a grove, there are 200 trees. Grove means where there are a lot of trees planted, out of which 50 are mango trees. Among them, if 20 samples of 3 each are selected, in how many samples will you expect? First probability exactly 1 mango. Second probability more than 1 mango. Now what is given here? There are actually n is equal to 200 trees are there, and the number of mango trees in a sample are like exactly how much, it is it follows the binomial distribution with the value n is equal to 3, and 200 trees are there. Out of 250 are mango. So here this is going to be P, the value of P will be here, out of 200 is nothing but 50 divided by 200. Then you write the probability mass function. P of x is equal to NCx, P to the power of x, Q to the power of n minus x, where x takes the value 0, 1, 2, so on till n. Then you have to substitute the probability, the values of n, the values of P. Now see, what is the value of P? 50 divided by 200 means what? 0 gets cancelled, 1 upon 4. I have to show this calculation to you all. P is equal to 50 divided by 200. 0 gets cancelled, 1s are and 4s are. So the value of P is equal to 1 upon 4. Therefore the value of Q is going to be 3 upon 4, that is 1 minus. The value of Q is going to be 1 minus P, that is 1 minus 1 upon 4 is equal to 3 upon 4. Yeah. So the value of P is going to be 1 upon 4, which is given near the value of P here. This is P, they have written directly 50 upon 200, but when you simplify, you get it as 1 upon 4. Then the value of Q is 3 upon 4. How you got it? I just showed it to you all. This is going to be the general probability mass function. Now what they have asked the first probability, that exactly 1 mango tree. Exactly 1 mango tree means the value of x. The value of x will be here 1. It will take 1. So when x is equal to 1, in the probability mass function, you are going to substitute the value of x as 1. Here the value of small n, see capital N is 20. Then small n is equal to 3. Then x, what maximum value it will take? From 0, 1, 2 and 3. So here in the probability mass function, the value of n is 3, the value of x is 1, P is 1 upon 4 to the power of 1, then Q is 3 upon 4 to the power 3 minus 1. So you have to simplify 3C1 from the binomial coefficient, the value will be 3, then 1 upon 4 to the power of 1 is always 1 upon 4. 3 minus 1 will be equal to 2. That is what is written here. So 3 upon 4, you have to multiply 2 times. So this will be 3 into 1 upon 4. Then 3 upon 4 into 3 upon 4. You simplify everything, the final answer you get 27 upon 64. And in the question, they have asked, what they have asked here, please pay attention. How many samples will you expect? How many samples will you expect means you not only have to find the probability value, but also you have to find how many samples. So how many samples they have taken here? They have taken 20 samples. Hence the value of capital N here is going to be 20. There are a total 200 trees, but out of them they have taken 50 as mango trees. And from that 200 they have taken the sample as 20. So this is here. So the probability value when you find here 27 upon 64, Then the next thing is number of samples in which there are exactly one mango tree. So this probability you'll be multiplying by capital N, that is 20 into 27 divided by 64, that is 8.4375, which is approximately equal to 8 samples. So children, what I'm trying to tell you all is, when they ask only the probability, you just write this probability value. But when they're asking how many students, how many samples, how many trees, then at that time this probability value has to be multiplied by the capital N, which is given in the question. Let us see the second probability. The second probability they say here is more than one mango tree. More than means X will take the value more than 1. So more than 1, you will not include 1. If there was an equal to sign like this, if it was more than or equal to, then you would have included 1 also. But here it is only more than 1. So you will be taking probability of 2, you will be taking probability of 3. And in the probability mass function, wherever the X value is there, you will be putting 2. Here you will be putting 3. And when you simplify all of them, step by step, you get 9 upon 64 plus 1 upon 64, that is equal to 10 upon 64. Now the same thing here, they have asked number of samples. When they ask the number of samples, the probability value, this probability value should be multiplied by the number of samples, that is capital N is equal to 20. So whatever probability value here you have written, that is probability of 2 you found out, see, and plus together this value 20 into 10 upon 64, you get 3.125, which is approximately equal to 3 samples. So this is how you solve the example. This question can be for 5 marks. Such kind of examples are for 5 marks. We will see the next example now. Now, this particular example is for 2 marks. Now, what information is given for a binomial distribution? If n is equal to 5, if small n is equal to 5, if parameter p is equal to 0.4, find mean, mode and variance. This is a simple 2 marks example. Okay, what is given? Small n is equal to 5, p is equal to 0.4, then you find the value of q, that is 1 minus p, that is equal to 1 minus 0.4 is equal to 0.6. So from p you got the value of q. Now mean, how is mean represented in a binomial distribution? NP. So substitute the value of n5, substitute the value of p 0.4, you get it as 2. You got the first step, that is finding the mean. Then next, they have told you to find the mode. In the property it says that if np is an integer, then the value of mode will be 2. So if they have always told that, as I've told your students, if you have to solve examples on theoretical distributions, you have to remember the properties, the probability mass function of each and every distribution distinctly. So here they say, how do you find? If np is an integer, then that denotes the mode. Second, you have to find the variance. And what is the formula for the variance? NPQ. So you know the value of 5, you know the value of p, you know the value of q. You substitute and you get 1.2. Such examples are for 2 marks. We will see one more example now. In a binomial distribution, if n is equal to 8, mean is equal to 2, find p and standard deviation. You have to find the standard deviation and you have to find p. What is given? N is equal to 8. Mean is equal to 2. Mean is represented by NP, that is equal to 2. So we will denote NP is equal to, see, NP is equal to 2. Therefore, 2 is equal to what? 2 upon n. And what is the value of n? 8. So 2 upon 8 is equal to 1 upon 4. Similarly, when you get the value of p, you have to find the value of q. Q is 1 minus 1 upon 4, that is 3 upon 4. What is the formula for standard deviation? Standard deviation is root of NPQ. Simply substitute those values. So that is 2 into NP value is already given. See, ready-made NP value is given 2 and then the value of q is 3 upon 4. Or separately you can put the value of n, you can put the value of p, or you can put the value of q. Whichever is convenient, you put the value and you find out square root, and then the SD value is 1.2247. This is also an example for 2 marks. Now let us see the next example. For a binomial distribution, if mean is equal to 4, SD is equal to square root of 2, find the parameters. See, they have, in this particular example, they have asked you to find the parameters. Now let us see what the parameters are. What are the parameters of a binomial distribution? N and P. So what is given in the example? NP is equal to 4. Standard deviation is equal to 2. Standard deviation is represented by root of NPQ. See, root of NPQ is equal to root of 2. When you have to find the variance is square of that. So you have to square this. So when you square, you get your variance NPQ is equal to 2. When you square, the square root goes. Now to find, you have to find separately the value of n, you have to find the value of p, you have to find the value of q. So we are taking this particular value, npq is equal to 2, then np is 4. We put it in the form of a ratio, that is in the form of a numerator and denominator. So 2 upon 4. This 1 upon 2. NP gets cancelled. What is remaining? Q is equal to 1 upon 2. Once you found the value of Q, you can, same using the formula, you can find the value of P. P is equal to 1 minus 1 upon 2, that is half. So substituting the value of P in equation 1. This is equation 1 here. This is equation 1. Substitute the value of P, you get n into 1 upon 2. 2 goes here, so n is equal to 8. You got the value, the parameters, the value of n is equal to 8. The value of n is equal to 8. The value of p is equal to 1 upon 2. How did you do it? First you found out the value of q by using this particular ratio, in putting them in the ratio form, and you found the value of q, and then you found the value of p, and with the help of p you found the value of n, and that's how you found the parameters of the binomial distribution n and p. Now see, this is also another example. It can be an example for 1 mark. From the following binomial distribution table, find the value of mode. They have given the value of x and they have given the value of p of x. X takes 0, 1, 2. Then p of x is 0.25, 0.1, 0.25, and the total probability value will always be equal to 1. The value of mode is 1 since it is the value corresponding to the maximum probability. The maximum probability here, what it is taking? Yeah, this is the maximum probability value. Among all these three, the highest probability value is 0.5. So the one which has got the highest probability value, the corresponding value of x will be mode. Again, this is derived from the property itself. So this can be a 1 mark question. Coming to this next example, 4 unbiased coins are tossed 128 times. Find expected frequencies of number of heads obtained. In this particular example, they have only given very little information. What information is there? How many coins? 4. And the word unbiased. Unbiased means fair. Remember, when the word comes unbiased, the value of P and Q will always be same. It is tossed how many times? 128 times. Find the expected frequencies of number of heads obtained. Number of frequencies means it's nothing but the theoretical frequencies. This is where you can use the recurrence relation, or you can directly use the probability term all to find the next frequency terms. So what is given here? N is equal to 1 upon 28. Then the number of x follows number of heads when 4 coins are tossed. Then x follows the binomial distribution with parameter n, 4, and p is equal to 1 upon 2. You write the probability mass function, substitute the value. everything. And then coming to this table here, they have made a table here. Actually you can solve it also. Actually you have to solve it and make yourself perfect. Here we are using this expected frequency formula. T of x is equal to n into p of x. Here n value is equal to 128 and p of x separately. For p of x, for 0, for 1, for 2, for 3 and 4 separately, you're going to substitute all of those values and you're going to find the answer. So for first one, when you're going to put the value for this, see, p of x is nothing but the probability mass function which you will be using here. So in this first term, you're going to solve, you get 1 upon 16 and then at the end in the table, you're going to multiply by 128. The first expected frequency is 8. Similarly, when you put x is equal to 1, you simplify, you put the value here, you get it as 32. Similarly for this, you get it as 48 and here 32. And the last one, when x is equal to 4, you get it as 8. One important thing, when you make the total of all of them, it will always be equal to 128. This particular example you can solve by using the recurrence relation also. The recurrence relation, if I'll remember, in the next example I will explain it to you all. But right now you just see the methodology, how it is being done. So you have to put it in a table and write it. We will see one more example. 6 unbiased coins are tossed 256 times. Calculate the expected frequencies for the number of heads. How many coins are here? The value of small n is 6 and the value of capital N is 256. Capital N always represents the total frequency. And again they have used the word unbiased. Unbiased means the value of P as well as Q will be same. Why 1 upon 2 means head also is having equal chance and tail is also having equal chance. Then you write the probability mass function. Then you substitute here and same thing in this table. When you substitute all these values, in the previous example the value of n was 6. Here there are 6 times. You're going to simplify step by step and you're going to find all these expected frequencies. First one is 4, 24, 60, 80. Then the last last three are 60, 24 and 4. Again when you make the total of all those expected frequencies, the total is going to be 256. In this particular example, what are they trying to tell here? For this simple question here, you are applying the binomial distribution. For this question, for the simple data, you are applying the binomial distribution and you are finding the expected frequencies. And when you apply binomial distribution and find the expected frequencies, that time also the total is going to be 256 only. It's going to be a total of 256. And such questions have come in the example for 5 marks. They have come in the exam for 5 marks. And one more important thing I want to make an announcement is your portion for your final exam is only 5 chapters. First one is vital statistics. Then comes the index numbers. Then comes the time series. Then is the interpolation and extrapolation and theoretical distribution. So these are the only 5 chapters which you have to make perfect. Rest you have to just exclude. So don't worry about that. Make yourself perfect in only those chapters. And practice. Any doubts, we are there. So with this I finish these examples on binomial distribution. Thank you.